picture, Drew. I went in our vault. Okay, first of all, I love all things royal. I was so excited when we found out Meghan's pregnant with number two. So Archie's gonna
Yeah.
have a little sibling. What do you remember about meeting Princess Di?
I loved it so much. I was so obsessed with her when I was a kid. I had watched the wedding and I was just, we were all so aware of her. You couldn't open a magazine, you couldn't watch the TV. You did not have to be older to know everything about Princess Diana. And she really was, and we're girls, and it's like the princess thing is such a real thing for females. And also, she was such a good person and so lovely and wonderful that it just was the whole fantasy. So I was so excited to present this ET doll. She went down the line with, Stephen and Robert McNaughton and Henry Thomas. And, I think each one of us had like an action that we were supposed to do with her, and mine was to hand her the ET doll. And you can see Stephen looking at me like, you know, we've rehearsed this, let's get it
Rehearse this.
right. Yeah, because he was very fatherly to me, and you know, I could just see, you could just see in my face that I've lost all connection to what I was supposed to do. I'm just staring at her. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful pleasure and honor to meet the people's princess.
Did you do a little phone home or anything, or you just stuck to what you're supposed to do?
Do you know what's so weird? And I bet you can find it like in the vaults, is I was the biggest thumbs upper, which is so weird because I maybe it was like the fawns. I don't know what subconsciously got in my head, but like from 6 to 10, it was the thumbs up for everything.
Double or single or just
All of it. A lot of like definitely single. And it's so funny because I don't think I would give the thumbs up about hardly anything anymore. I was like possessed by the fawns or something.
wait, Drew, as you're talking, there's part of me, I'm just visualizing SNL's Chloe Feynman. Okay, what does she do that gets it so right? What is it?
She is just, first of all, the prettiest, funniest, most dynamic wonder in the world. I don't know if I have enough self awareness, but she really does nail it. And what I love is that we've like developed this friendship, and we have, she's come on the show and she just did this little birthday thing, and I've been just cheering her on. And I'm so glad because in comedy, you have to be able to go for it. And if we can all support each other and give each other the thumbs up, then everybody can fly. And so I just love what she's doing. And whatever she's doing, she always gets it right. But gosh, what is it? Is it the side of the mouth and the lisp? And it's the whole thing. I'm a lot and she nails it.
Let's talk about flower beauty. As I said, I'm a big fan of it. What's one hack you could give women out there that your number one go to when it comes to beauty?
We have a product, it's our number one seller. Um, it's called Supernova Celestial Skin Elixir. It looks like this kind of sparkly lavender stuff. It's neither. Um, in the bottle, it's a little toddle, and you put it on your hands and you do this, and I call it hashtag wake up your makeup. One of the biggest mistakes is to keep adding makeup and it looks really cakey. By the end of the day, really matte. There's no freshness, there's no skin coming through. So you can mix it with your foundation, but you can also just put it on your hands. And I never not wear it because dewiness equals healthy and youth and hydration, and there's nothing bad that comes out of looking fresh. So that's my secret. Is by the way, now I'm thinking of nothing but Chloe Feynman.
Sorry.
No, I love it. That's the thing. I love it. I love her. It's so awesome.
I'm going to text her this, tell her. I love what you were talking about beauty and just sort of being natural, no surgery. You basically said never say never, but where you are, that's where I am. Like I'm trying to age gratefully, not gracefully, right? I think there's something different with that. Not saying that I won't do anything down the road, but where do you lie on this? I mean, we're in Hollywood, we're surrounded by all of this. Have you ever been tempted?
Not yet. It is a never say never situation. And I almost say that just to like not feel like I'm a liar or that I'm
Yeah,
stuck
I'm
because
with
of
you.
what I've said to other people. But no, I think because I grew up in Hollywood, I got really lucky and I noticed a lot of, uh, anxiety due to vanity. And I just thought that seems really hard to live that way. And, the beautiful thing about life is if you're lucky enough to get older, that's going to look a certain way. So, what is the alternative? Also, I'm an addictive personality. I know myself. One needle, and I'm going to look, it's like I'm going to be unrecognizable in 6 months. So, I figure don't start and then you'll never have to worry about when to stop. But I was on a Zoom call this week and I kept feeling myself putting my hand on my face and like pulling my skin back. And I was like,
I'm getting a heavy lid. I was on set and they're like, Kid, there's something. Like, no, it's this one's coming over a little bit. But I'm just gonna go with it. The same thing. I found myself like, because you're looking in this thing, right?
well, it's true. And I think a lot of men for the first time are probably having a weird vanity moment because they're looking at themselves on Zoom like we were not designed to be staring at ourselves all day. It takes a lot of inner dialogue to work through that. But yeah, I think gratefully is a great way to put it. I too have a hooded eye. It's now down in my lashes now. If I didn't have lashes, my lashes have become a bra for my eyelid.
Listen, I'm not kidding. So what's the trick? We need some beauty stuff for that trip. It's just my right one that gets real heavy.
Me
But
too. It's my right one too. I saw like some tape. In fact, my daughter Olive said, "Do you see this tape? It's all over TikTok. You need the tape." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess I do need the tape." I don't know what the answer is. I'm just taking it
gratefully.
day by day.
Yeah.
And oh, you know what? I do have a tip. Okay. So you want to take eyeliner and put it on the upper waterline inside
Okay.
the eye,
I
not
heard
the
this.
lower. Peel your eye, put eyeliner on side the I do it every day at work. I call it corrective makeup.
Yeah.
And whatever liner, brown, black, aubergine, whatever is sort of the color of your mascara or your eyeshadow, but it does open the eye and just do it on the one side.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a post tomorrow. I'm doing it. I'm totally
Only on
doing
the
it.
upper inner water line. And don't go too far into the corners
Okay.
because then it'll look like unbalanced.
Keep it up.
And trust.
Love.
Please let me know tomorrow if it
I'm
made
gonna
a
send you a
difference.
thing. You're gonna laugh. Love watching your show. When you had the Bridgerton cast on, why did it make you want to start dating again?
Well, it was just, it wasn't all the, you know, uh,
That's it. It
it
was
wasn't all, it wasn't all like, the sexy stuff. It was just like, I don't know. It just, there was something about it that made me realize that I am alive. And I've always been so nervous of dating apps. I think I'm very self conscious, and I don't know if other women feel like this. In fact, I want to start a poll and find out. I always felt like if I put myself on a dating app, that I'd be like sending a message I wasn't trying to send, also to people that I don't know or see. Like, what message am I putting out there and to who? It's so
Are you
vulnerable.
swiping? Like, tell me how it goes. I'm a dinosaur over here. So, like, what did you put on your profile? And can you put Drew Barrymore? I mean, you're really famous. Like, I don't know how that works.
I I mean, it'd be weird not to be honest. It's just my name. And yeah, no, and I think my dating app experience is exactly like a lot of other women's. Like, who is this guy? Why is he being quippy? And why is his account private and I can't find out anything than his first name? That alone's going to get a swipe. I'm like, if you that's the problem. There's the vulnerability, but it's not happening sometimes on the other side. It's a very weird world, but I will say this. There was something about the romance and the old-fashionedness of Bridgerton that made me somehow in a anachronistic way go, "You know what? It's a pandemic. Everyone's on dating apps. The water is out of the bottle. This isn't changing. I need to get with kind of what the modern world is about and dip my toe in and stop telling myself a narrative that may or may not be true. And so I'm trying it.
So the toe's still in.
It's toes in for sure. And, you know, I'm very old fashioned. Like, I really think that, like, you're going to meet someone in, like, an in person way. And there is no such thing as in person anymore. Here's the other thing, and I'm not saying this defensively, I'm not that actively looking. So I'm also like, that's the best time to just have fun with it when there is no pressure. Um, I imagine if that game is really about finding a true partner, that's a whole different thing. And, but I do think that I respect the fact that it's where we are at in this world. And when the telephone came in and when that TV first rolled into living rooms, parents were like, what is this? And so worried what it was going to do to the next generation. It's the Elvis's hips of dating apps that I kind of just had to go, this is where we're at, and embrace it.
Would your daughters want to set you up, or are they protective?
I don't really like, I think my daughters think I'm as like, I don't really talk to them about that. Also, you know, I was like not that, I wasn't ready to date for like 5 or 6 years. It just wasn't in my realm of possibility. So it wasn't like a subject I even had to worry about navigating. So this is new. And I thank Bridgerton for getting me over
Yes.
being like confused and fearful of like the way the world works. Listen, no one else is walking around afraid of this. They're all embracing it. So I'm going to try too.
I love this. Your trajectory right now, it's whatever feels good. But I feel you're going to meet, the meet cute is going to be great for you. Okay, wait, we got to talk about your meet cute is going to be great. It's going to be like at your kid's school. You're not even going to think about it. And your Simon's going to be there. They're going to be up against the tree. And that's just going to take on a whole thing of its own.
I do love the idea of a meet cute. And my best friend used that, and I didn't know what that term meant. And it's weird because I've been in a lot of romantic comedies, but meet cute is like a new thing since I've been doing them. And yes, I wish everyone a happy meet cute.
Let's talk about thumbs up for your gardening. Love everything you're posting on this. Have you always been a gardener, or is this new?
No, this is totally new. This is an absolute response to the beginning of the pandemic. I always wanted to garden, to grow vegetables, to make a lawn, to do all of these, you know, a cutting, like just wildflowers. I have never been able to do it. And I was just straight up too intimidated. I thought I don't have green thumbs, ironically. And I had tried certain things, like little herb garden wise or house plants. And there's so much of a lack of success rate for people with like herbs and houseplants that you tell yourself a narrative that isn't true, that you cannot grow something. And so at the beginning of the pandemic, I felt a tremendous amount of fear. And I thought, what can I put myself into that I can control, first of all, or that I could learn that I've always wanted to? We all had so much different types of time on our hands, that I turned to gardening, and I have these insane before and after pictures. And
Insane. They're good.
It's so, it gave me a lot of confidence where I just didn't have any. And it is a good thing to put yourself into. And there were victory gardens back in the day. And I listened to a lot of old interviews and current interviews about people talking about how it can reduce stress, and that there's a myriad of types of treatment towards people that, you know, are very effective. You know, there's earthing when you take your shoes off or you get into it with your hands. It can, I think, bring us chemically and spiritually into a different realm. And right now, you know, I always think of that great Apple campaign. It just had 2 words: think different. And right now, I feel like this decade, as it started off in the most extraordinary way that we've all ever known in this life, it is a time to think different and do different and be different. And so this is a new endeavor for me that is completely positive and has been really healing. And then I eat the stuff. I'm like, cut the flowers. I can't believe that I am ever this person I always admired in others and never thought I could be that person.
Do your girls garden with you?
Yes, I got little like tags and I have them plant herbs in the kitchen and I have them make the tabs. You know, I'm definitely more interested and committed than they are. If it was up to them, I do fear what it would look like or how it would be maintained, but they definitely participate. And one thing that I think, always scared me, but also kind of liberated me was other parents saying they watch everything you do. And I was like, ay, ay, ay. Well,
It's
okay.
what
So
I say, not what I do, right? Isn't that the thing?
like they're watching you. And so I have hope if they see me exercising or gardening or being kind to people, that those will eventually imprint or be some type of roadmap for them, because I wanted them to come out of the gate with like manners and physicality and an appreciation and a humility. And they're kids. I had to learn that too. I was a complete idiot for most of my life. And so, why do I have these expectations on them? It's because I've learned as an adult that those are my core values. And so I'm like, well, maybe if they do see me doing those things, something good will come out of it. Ugh.
They will, I promise. Your partnership with lawn care, because we
Yeah.
talked about gardening. Tell me about that.
It's a company called Instead, and I leapt at the chance to do it because ever since I've had daughters, ever since I became a mom, it made me more aware of Mother Earth. And we are living now in a world where we can no longer ignore the things that we have to do as humans and wake up and be responsible and care and get invested and make changes. And to be perfectly honest, I was not doing those things in my 20s and 30s. And now that I'm in my 40s, I'm walking a very different walk. I'm talking a very different talk. And I'm really looking towards business to do that. I think a lot of us feel like my own recycling or driving, a hybrid, are these things going to make a difference? I do believe they will, especially the more people who do it. But one way that I can try to innovate is through business. So I want to partner with companies like this because I want to use these products and I want to promote them as not only alternatives, but maybe just the way we need to go, period. I want to change Flower, the company I run, and give us a new, line in the sand of how we need to operate. Um, I want to work with companies who are making a difference and are change makers in the show. And I can kind of try to do this 360 approach. And even if it's slow and steady wins the race, it has been a real overhaul for me about how to live different, think different, and do different.